but I don't know. I'm half just worried that this is just going to be another, you know, false false explosion. You
Yeah,
know, like those fireworks could have used a little blue chew. They
yeah.
didn't go off fully cocked.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Five Star Jobbers Podcast. I'm Cody.
And I am in a hotel in South Carolina.
You know, we've been together all weekend, and I think it's time we have a little bit of separation. You know what I mean? We've seen too much of each other.
I've definitely seen way too much of you since we shared a hotel.
We don't have to
This
get into
guy
details
sleeps with
about
his shirt off in a room full of other men. That's all I'm saying.
it. It got hot in there, okay? I wasn't about to sweat to death.
I am bigger than you
I'm
by
still
all
big.
intents and by all intents and purposes.
You're a
And
filthy,
I
filthy
kept my
man.
shirt on. You have no excuse, sir. I
I'm a
believe.
big guy just like you, okay? Maybe not as big, but I'm a big guy, all right? Get your head out of the gutter. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening and thank you for watching. We want to thank all of our listeners who have been there with us from the beginning. And if you're new to the channel, if you're new to the podcast, subscribe to what we've got. Follow everything that we have. We are on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. If you want to see all of our content, go check it out on YouTube. Also, we will let you guys know of some upcoming events that will be going on. Before we get into that, I want to make mention of this past weekend. Man, oh man, what a
Mhm.
weekend it has been. Kraken Pro Wrestling and the Kraken Classic on the 17th and 18th. If you weren't there, you missed out big time. Holy
Huge time.
freaking moly. What an event this was.
Fantastic. 2 nights in a row of just like stat cards. Um,
Absolutely.
I mean, it was a 2 day event. I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting one day to be better than the other. They were both awesome.
They were both equally just as amazing.
Yep.
But before we get into upcoming events, I want to say just a huge thank you to the team at Kraken Pro Wrestling for allowing us to be a part of this promotion, for allowing us to be able to just share our passion for this industry because we thoroughly enjoyed working with every single person that was on this card, met some new faces, got to enjoy some great matches, and this whole promotion is going to just completely take over. I guarantee you, like, if you haven't gotten a chance to watch a Kraken Pro Wrestling event, go follow them on Facebook. Go subscribe to YouTube because in weeks to come, there will be weekly episodes. Maybe not
That's right,
weekly,
baby.
but maybe bi-weekly or however it's going to be. But there will be episodes being broadcast on their YouTube channel from here on out. You don't want to miss out on it. Subscribe to them on YouTube, Kraken Pro Wrestling, and follow them on Facebook for more upcoming events. I will let you know that their next event is going to be a little bit later as of now. It's going to be August 31st. Don't think we've set a set time or location yet, but follow them on Facebook.
Nice.
More information will be up. But upcoming events that we've
But
got going on. Want to let
yeah,
you guys
August
know.
31st, they'll have their first event since crowning the inaugural Kraken
We don't want to give too much
champion.
away. We don't
We're
want to give
not
too
going to
much
give
away.
anything away,
You'll have to
but
tune in on YouTube.
if you want to know who the new Kraken champion is, you'll need to watch the events to come. It was a heck of a tournament.
Oh
There
my
were
gosh, it was
some there
amazing.
were some major ups. There were some major surprises. I mean, if you think you know who would win by looking at the card, you're wrong.
Absolutely. But I want to let you guys know of some upcoming events that we've got going on. Big one coming up. We will be live and in person at the Guardians Legacy Summer Heat, June 1st at Rosenwald High School Gym in Panama City, Florida. Doors open at 6 p.m. and the bell time is at 7 p.m. Rosenwald High School, Panama City, Florida. We cannot wait to be a part of this event. It's going to be incredible. Don't miss out on it. Guardians Legacy Summer Heat, June 1st.
I'm bringing all this, ladies. Make sure you come to Panama City ready with your Sharpies for autographs. I'm signing. I'm going to be there. Do not fret.
I think we may have just discouraged people from going now.
Crap.
Don't worry. We'll be behind the commentary desk. You may hear us getting animated and excited, but that's all you're going to see. But anyway.
Okay, all Bear men. I will be there.
But anyway, guys, we want to get into a couple things. This upcoming weekend, there are 2 premium live events, one from AEW and one from WWE. Double or Nothing and King and Queen of the Ring. This is going to be an incredible weekend. And honestly, I would say that a lot of things are going to be happening. A lot of things are going to be changing for both promotions, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope that AEW that they use this as a reset button and start over. Whatever they're doing, it ain't working. They need to figure something out. Hopefully, Double or Nothing, they start getting back on track. Because, like I said, a year ago they were churning and burning good stuff, and I don't know who they let take over the book or the creative, but hopefully they fire that person and they bring in whoever was working for him a year and a half ago.
Well, let's get into Double or Nothing to start off with, because we've said a million times that AEW is in need of major help, and with this being their signature premium live event, this is their 5-year anniversary of Double or Nothing, I believe. I mean, you have to deliver and then some on this, because this was your staple premium live event. This is where it all started. And now more than ever, especially during this time, well, you know what I mean. Like, this is where things kind of kicked off in a big way for them.
Yeah, this was their first pay-per-view after they announced, AEW. It wasn't just, the Elite putting on the show All In. So yeah, okay, I'll give it to you.
Right. But, this is where the rubber meets the road for AEW. This is where you either have it all together and you hit the reset button, like John said, and you start fresh, or this is where things continue to stay stale. It's the same product. It's the same thing we've seen for the past however many months or so, and fans have nothing to look forward to. So I'm just going to go over the card, what we have so far, and this is not in any way, shape, or form the order of things. This is just what I've gathered from what's been placed so far. So, of course, you got a grudge match with Trent Beretta and Orange Cassidy. You've got Jon Moxley against Konosuke Takeshita for it's going to be a world title eliminator tournament. So this will essentially be a number 1 contenders match. And then next is Roderick Strong versus Will Ospreay for the International Championship. That's going to be a good match. Willow Nightingale and Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship. Well, it's going to be okay. Really, this one right here is the only one that I'm interested in seeing, just because it's going to be crazy, crazy, insane. Malachi Black versus Adam Copeland, TNT Championship on the line, barbed wire steel cage match.
Is the whole steel cage going to be wrapped in barbed wire, or is it going to be like the ropes are wrapped in barbed wire?
I'm not sure. I'm sure the top will be encased in barbed wire. I'm sure that maybe parts of the side of the cage will be encased, or maybe some of the ropes. I don't know. I feel like it'll be just kind of all over the place. I
can't remember if I've ever seen a barbed wire steel cage before. I mean, it's the cages I'm familiar with are, there was the blue steel cage, then there's the, silver, mesh fence steel cage.
Right.
Very much like the one you see now, but, you can also go back to like Attitude Era version. We've seen, War Games / Blood and Guts. We've seen, I'd like to see a WCW 3-chair cage make a return at some point. But I can't remember ever seeing a barbed wire steel cage. So I'm interested just by the pure fact that I've never seen it before. But I'm also hesitant because, well, AEW Texas Death Matches.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'm sure this is probably what it's going to be, but with it being a steel cage, you're kind of limited to what you can grab under the ring. So I don't know. We'll just see how it goes.
Well, that would be a hell in a cell if like you could have access to what's underneath the ring because
Right.
a traditional steel cage is going to come in and it's going to work around the actual frame of the ring.
Right.
So once you're in, you don't have access to what's inside the ring. Now I have seen, what was it? I think it was ECW, not real ECW, but WWECW, where they had the steel cage that had weapons tied to the
Like
cage
mounted on
inside of
each
it.
side of the cage. Yeah.
Yeah, mounted on it. I mean, and that was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Just because the match itself may not, or the booking may not have been great. Don't throw the concept out. With the bathwater. So I don't know. I'm excited. I don't know. I'm half excited. I'm half hesitant because it's like if I had the confidence that they were going to do this right, I'd be all in excited.
Right.
Pun intended. um, but I don't know. I'm half just worried that this is just going to be another, you know, false false explosion. You
Yeah.
know, like those fireworks could have used a little blue chew. They
Yeah.
didn't go off fully cocked. So yeah, no, I
Yeah.
mean, but Malachi Black and Adam Copeland, both those guys know how to make an A+ match. So
Oh yeah.
gimmick or no gimmick, hopefully that'll be a really good match.
I'm sure it will be. And then of course you have the Anarchy in the Arena with the Elite versus Team AEW. I mean, we've seen this a million times, and it's just kind of lost its flavor.
I don't feel like it's ever. I don't feel like Anarchy in the Arena at any point has ever really gotten off the ground. Like their car crashes, yes, but I wouldn't. I don't know. I none of the Anarchies in the Arena thus far have really done anything for me to none of them are memorable.
No, not really.
And with how much I'm sure those guys put their bodies on the line, that's not good.
No,
Like when you do some of the things that you do, it should pay off. Like Mick Foley did a lot of things that he still feels to this day. But people who don't even watch wrestling know what Mick Foley has done in matches. Whether it be the I Quit match with The Rock, the Hell in a Cell as Cactus Jack with Triple H,
right,
and then most memorable, of course, the Hell in a Cell with The Undertaker. Like there are matches where stupid bumps have been taken, but they have pervaded history.
right,
I don't really know that any AEW major gimmick matches have created quite a moment like that. I mean, the only one that really sticks in my mind is the John Moxley Kenny Omega Texas Death Match where the explosion didn't happen.
right.
Like
Well, I think
Eddie
that was
jumped,
the exploding barbed wire match.
Eddie jumped on John to protect him from sparklers.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he was just trying to get a feel ski.
Yeah, but
So
I mean, yeah, we'll just have to see. It's going to be a giant spot fest like it always is, but I mean, we'll just have to see. And then you
and
got Tony
then
Storm versus Serena Deeb for the women's championship. Um, I don't see Serena Deeb winning this.
no, I
I
mean
don't.
Tony Storm is just she's the only good thing going for AEW right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch back on all the previous promos and everything that Serena Deeb did, even with the whole thing she did about where she talked about her seizures and stuff, like the crowd was not buying into it at all.
No, no.
Which I mean, nothing against. I'm
Unfortunately,
sure she battled a lot going through that, and I'm not
I'm
knocking
sure
that.
she did.
But it's just the fans were just kind of like, okay.
Listen,
I mean,
Serena Deeb is a fantastic hand. I'm
yeah,
not going to take that away from her at all. But the most over she's ever been in her entire career was when CM Punk was talking for her. Tell me
yeah.
when I'm telling lies.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, honestly, and she works better as a heel, in my opinion.
She does. She does work better as a heel. She has RBF like no one's business.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
she's never gonna get over as a face. Like
No. But yeah, and then of course you have the main event. I'm sure it's going to be, hopefully, it's the main event, unless we have a quote unquote double main event. Swerve Strickland versus Christian Cage for the world championship. Honestly, I th-
that what I'm looking forward to.
I would say that Swerve's probably going to retain the title, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take it off Swerve and put it on Christian Cage with how things are going, because you see this whole alliance building with not only the elite but also the patriarchy, and so it wouldn't surprise
I
me.
think Swerve keeps the title, but I think that Christian has been brought in to give Swerve more merit.
Right.
At this point, Swerve, he won the title from Joe, and as I've said, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse here, unless he pays me. The post win booking of Swerve was really crappy.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, I honestly, this is the opportunity to try to get, to kind of give that bump to Swerve and, like I say, solidify his run as a champion, so that it's something that people really do buy into. And I mean, at this point, they've taken away his heel axe, so he's fully, like, they fully have him invested in being the face champion right now.
Right.
It doesn't really suit his character. So let's say they brought the one smart thing that they've done is bring in a Christian Cage who can be a very clearly defined heel, to try to get the sympathy and to get the support of the crowd to cheer Swerve. Um, whether that works or not, we'll see. But I will say, with those two, it'll be a good match. They'll tell a good story.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be great bell to bell. And of course, there's going to be outside interference. But yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see how this one goes and how everything at Double or Nothing plays out. Like we said before, hopefully this is the reset button and hopefully things pan out for them afterwards. And hopefully they get a fresh new start with some better storytelling. But we've been saying that for months now, and we've not seen any change in it whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And I can only hope for the best. But right now, AEW is on a steep decline right now.
That's right.
So then we move on to King and Queen of the Ring. So I would say pretty much the majority of these matches, we know, of course, there's three titles that's going to be defended: the WWE Championship, Women's World Championship, and the Intercontinental Championship. And then, of course, you have the two uh, King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring matches. So right now, of course, we're recording this as Monday Night Raw is going on. So we've got the finals for on the Raw side that's going to be going on right now. But let's just start with Intercontinental Championship match. Of course, you got Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable and Bronson Reed. To me, Sami Zayn still walks out the champion in this situation.
Yeah, the when you put it in a tag team, or not a tag team, but a trios match like this, you're pretty much telling me that this is just an ongoing storyline. They want to kind of tease it, but they're not ready to go full board with anything. I think I think they know they need to try to get that title on Chad Gable. But Bronson Reed has been brought into the match to take the loss.
Right.
So I mean, it's possible that Chad could pin Bronson Reed to win the title, but then of course, Sammy's going to say you didn't pin me for it, blah blah blah. But I'm going to kind of side with you. I think Sammy pins Bronson, and then Chad once again says, Sammy, you didn't pin me, you didn't beat me.
Right.
You beat Bronson Reed. You can't beat me, and that's why you pin Bronson, because you can't beat me.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I think Sammy will retain. But I'm telling you, Bronson's in the match just to do the job,
Yeah.
which is great because he's a loser and I don't want him to win anything. And I would
And,
hope that once again that he'll start wearing a bra so I don't have to see his titties pop out.
and then you have the Women's World Championship match: Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. In this one, I feel like Becky's going to retain. Although, depending on the speed of Rhea's recovery, I would love to see Liv Morgan win this one. But I just think that
The only way Liv wins this one is if the Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six make an appearance in her favor. Otherwise,
and that's
I
another
think Liv,
question. Do we think that that's going to happen at Saudi Arabia?
I don't know if that even happens until SummerSlam, bro.
I don't know. I just feel like with all the different QR codes that have popped up and different clues and stuff,
Yeah,
I feel like
maybe not SummerSlam late. Well, we got Hell in a Cell coming up after. So like
well, no, we got
we've
King
got
and Queen of the
King
Ring,
Queen of the
then we
Ring,
got Clash at the
Clash of the
Castle.
Castle, but like Hell in a Cell should come up before SummerSlam, shouldn't it?
No, I think Hell in a Cell is after SummerSlam because then it's Money in the Bank after Clash at the Castle.
Is it Money in the Bank or is it Bash of the Beach or the
Money in the
Great
Bank.
American Bash?
No, Great American Bash is now with NXT.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so
This is
all
2024,
right,
John.
dude.
But no, yeah.
The
So
fact that I
it's
can remember my name most days is a win. Okay, just give me a
I
break.
can't say anything. I'm the same way. But so yeah, so it's King and Queen of the Ring, and then Clash at the Castle in Scotland, and then Money in the
Yeah,
Bank. And so I don't know. I just feel like with as many QR codes, as many little Easter eggs has popped up in recent weeks or recent months,
yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
feel like
it's
we're getting closer to the conclusion of it.
yeah. I
So
feel like there's got to be they do have to debut it sooner than later, or else it will just become stale.
right,
So yeah, you're right on that. But I don't know. I think it's possible that what I think really honestly is that Liv loses, and then at the next pay we won't see Liv at all, and then at the next pay per view she'll debut with the Wyatt Six.
I don't know. You think that she's going to be a part of the Wyatt Six?
I mean, considering the fact that she's glucking the leader of the group, I would think that she would be somewhat involved. I mean,
True.
there's got to
I,
be a payoff for Bo leaving.
I don't know, but yeah. Uh, then you got, of course, Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul for the WWE Championship. I'm gonna have to blurt that out or censor that out. Um,
I
so
just feel like you just gotta get a little label. You
enough,
just
yeah.
ching ching ching.
Okay. So Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul WWE Championship. Of course, Cody Rhodes walks out the victor in this. This is no brainer. And then so with Queen of the Ring, we had the two semifinals matches: Io Sky versus Lyra Valkyrie on Raw's side, and then Nia Jax and Bianca Belair on SmackDown side. For me,
I don't like how things have gone. Like this guy actually kind of my botch for the weekend over the
yeah,
week is I feel like they could have had a much better uh final than this.
yeah. So
I really hope they don't put freaking Nia Jax over.
no, it's not going to be Nia
Um,
Jax.
it better not be Nia Jax. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to end up being Bianca versus Io Lyra. It's hard to pick because honestly, I think it should be Lyra.
See, that's what I'm thinking too. Like of the ones
But
that
they
are in the
just got done
semis,
stripping. They just got done taking the title off of Io. It might be Io to try to get the heat back, to try to get her heat back on. Because right now, Damage Control's taking quite a few jobs. If they don't get a win, they're going to be booked into obsolescence. So um, that one's kind of hard because you're honestly between a rock and a hard place booking wise.
yeah.
Um, but I feel like Lyra coming in she's won some big matches. She can take the L right now without it really hurting her.
Right.
I think Io needs to at least get to the title, or to the finals. But I really feel like it's probably going to be Bianca.
See, I'd like to think that too, but I don't know. I just feel like with her and Jade having their run as tag champions, I don't know if that's going to try and I don't know how that's going to help them as far as being a tag team goes, or where they go from there. So, I mean, I'm of the
I don't
opinion
think
that
they're
it's
going
either
to
going to
put.
be
I just don't think
EO
they're
or
going to.
Lyra.
Well, yeah, so I don't think they're going to put the crown on Io just because she can't be a talking queen.
See, and that's what I
Like
thought at first whenever you said
you
that.
don't really
But
get anything out of it. Like she can wear the crown and stuff, but she can't talk about it. She
right,
can't rub it in people's faces. I mean, maybe Dakota Kai can,
that's what I'm saying.
but
I think Dakota could be her
Dakota Kai is not
mouthpiece.
a strong enough talker to really get that over. It's not like she's Paul Heyman,
Right.
where she's going to come out and every single time remind us that she's the queen.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know.
I like I said, I think Bianca being the queen is I don't know. I think that adding that kind of a thing to her as the EST, um, and I see that being something that she pushes and pushes and pushes, and that's going to get under Jade's skin, and is going to lead to the rift between them that will probably have the payoff at SummerSlam. I mean, it might last till WrestleMania, but I fully believe that the team of Bianca and Jade is fully just being set up as an eventual rivalry
Yeah.
between those two women.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me to say, but honestly, I of the ones that are in this, I'm going to go maybe on a shot in the dark here, and I'm going to say Lyra Valkyria walks away as Queen of the Ring.
I'm not against it at all. I'm it's if that happens, I'll be happy with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't see it happening. Like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I've
Right.
got years and years of mental scarring from the Vince McMahon booking of 30 plus years.
Right.
Um,
And
I hope
then,
I'm wrong.
yeah. And then you got King of the Ring, where you have on Raw side of things, it was going to be Gunter versus Jey Uso. And then on SmackDown side of things, you have Randy Orton versus Tama Tonga. Now,
It's going to be Randy versus Gunther,
see, and that's what I
and
thought
Gunther's winning,
too.
man.
But I just don't know how Randy's going to beat Tama Tonga, because you know that the bloodline is going to be at ringside. Maybe Kevin Owens comes out and
DQ.
plays a role into that or something. But
Either Randy wins by DQ or they try to get involved. Yeah, Kevin Owens comes out, helps Randy, and then Randy wins, and then they come out and help Gunther win. At the end of the day, it's going to be Gunther, and I wanted my Gunther versus Ilya match. That's another one of my not necessarily botches, but it's my entitled panty waist BF grievance.
right, it's going to happen at one point.
That's going to be a segment moving forward. The John's entitled panty waist BF grievance segment. Get
I'll
ready,
mark it.
folks.
I'll mark it down.
Make the graphics.
Yeah.
It shall be done. But I really wanted Gunther versus Ilya. Technically three, but I really wanted Gunther Ilya three for the semifinals. But I can also understand saving that match for either like a Clash at the Castle or another event that will be a little bit more apropos for that.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah.
but it's going to be
Ultimately,
Gunther,
yeah, it's going to be Gunther.
and Gunther's winning. So,
Yeah, easily. Yeah. I mean, Gunther's going to be
but they're
king of the
not going to
ring.
crush Tom. They're not going to put down Tama Tonga right now against Gunther. Gunther beating Randy Orton, like I said, Gunther's going to win, become king of the ring, and a win over Randy Orton helps just absolutely 100%. It's going to launch him into the upper echelon of world title, contention.
Easily.
That's what this is for.
Yeah.
And we could see Gunther in a world title match as soon as Clash of the Castle.
See, I'm going to say they push it off until SummerSlam.
I think it'd be smart to push it off, but because it's Clash of the Castle, Drew's hurt.
Yeah.
If Drew wasn't hurt, they'd probably have Drew versus they'd probably have Drew versus Damian
Yeah.
at Clash of the Castle, but he's hurt. So right now, like I said, I feel like they should push it back, but they're probably booking demands. They're probably going to put Gunther in some kind of high level match because he's the hometown boy, or I mean, not the hometown boy, but he'll be the European
Yeah,
hometown boy.
he'll be one of the like European favorites, I guess you'll
Yeah.
say. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a stacked weekend for both ends. WWE is going to deliver as always. I have no doubt that this is going to be great, and I can only hope that AEW delivers on the same level or at least
They're good
somewhat
with their
closer.
pay-per-views. It's the weekly episodics that are dog crap. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, it's going to be a stacked weekend, and I mean, at the end of the day, a good day, a bad day of watching wrestling is a better day than not watching wrestling. So,
Yeah, but we can only hope. We'll just have to see how this weekend goes, but it's going to be interesting, definitely. All right, everybody, it's time for some high spots and botches. So, high spots, I had one for this week. Out of everything else going on, my main high spot was that Damian Priest promo on Drew McIntyre. Man,
yeah.
and Damian hasn't really delivered very
No,
well with
that's the best
promos
promo
at
he's
all.
delivered.
That
That's
is
the
the
best one he's
best
delivered yet.
one that he's ever
100%.
done.
I don't know who they've got right now producing for some of these guys, but some guys who have yet to have really strong promos are having really strong promos right now. Like,
Yes.
Drew's been an okay promo for a while, but the stuff him and CM Punk have been doing back and forth, like whether he likes CM Punk or not, Punk elevates his game.
Yes.
And I say Damian Priest, whether he's working with McIntyre or Punk, or maybe he's talking to Brian Gewirtz. I don't know who's doing this, but some guys who have been like on the cusp of good promos have definitely upped their game.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, that Damon Priest promo was fantastic. Um,
What you got for a high spot?
um, I don't I hate to say it, but like this week was kind of ho hum. Like other than that, I was like other than promo work, none of the matches really stood out. Um, I kind of like the whole Jey Uso that his Yeet movement has kind of begun to include the Fireflies.
Yeah.
Like, have you noticed the lights coming on and it's like the Fireflies are there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And apparently there was a conversation between Jay and JoJo about the whole thing, and so not necessarily anything that was like really stood out, but just I don't know. I love it when things can carry on for people who are no longer with us.
Yes.
They live that that's one of the things I love about professional wrestling. We have a better history, I think, than any other sports or entertainment.
By far.
Like we carry on the culture of so many things. We
We
don't
carry on
forget
the
the people.
legacy of so many individuals that
Yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah. So I guess like that's probably that's the best thing that I can say. Like I said, other than that, I don't know that I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed. But then again, I wasn't really having super high hopes for this last week. I'm gonna expect that Monday Night Raw tonight, um, SmackDown, and Wednesday Dynamite will hopefully be really really good because they're the go homes.
Right.
Or I guess AEW is not Dynamite's not the go home. Collision is, but who watches Collision? So
Not
I'm
me.
gonna say Dynamite's the go home. So I'm hope. I mean, I'll give a little forgiveness. They're ramping stuff up. So
Yeah. I mean, we'll just have to
that's
see.
yeah.
But as far as botches go, I just had one. It's because, like you said, this week has kind of been a little ho hum, nothing a whole lot going on. But my botch was the prissy slap that Becky Lynch gave Liv Morgan. It's like you
She
have
punched
you
she
punched
punched
Dominic
Dominic harder.
Mysterio, and yet you can't connect with Liv Morgan.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was either between that one or Hook's microphone botch. But I mean, it was
That
enough
was
to make Jericho bleed. But still,
no, yeah. The whole segment with Hook, that's actually mine, is um they want to sit there and say like so I saw some article about how, oh man, I can't believe Chris Jericho's getting this learning tree thing over. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
This is not over at all.
This is not the Inner Circle. This is not La Champion. This is not. This isn't even the Ocho, which I will say was barely over.
Or the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Ugh.
Or excuse me, the Jobber Appreciation Society.
Yeah, no, So, yeah, no, the whole thing, it's not. It's just bad. It's not helping Jericho. It's not helping Hook. It's not helping Big Bill. So yeah, that's my botch, because this is the first time I'm watching Hook, and I'm like, I really don't like what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Again, it's just poor booking on AEW's part, and just putting together these like ridiculous storylines that make no sense whatsoever, and trying to create all these different factions that have no stability at all, and they don't last long. Like, they just are here for maybe a couple pay-per-views or so, and then that's it. They fade into obscurity.
Yep.
And so, like we said before, hopefully this weekend is the reset button for everything. WWE's going to deliver on King and Queen of the Ring, and we'll just see how everything goes from here. And I'm hoping for the best, but I've been hoping for a while, and nothing has come to fruition. But I don't know. All I can do is just hope that things will get better, because I want. And we say all this not to crap on AEW all the time, because we say this.
No, we want AEW
to succeed. We wanted to get to where it was like a couple of years ago when they were kicking WWE's butt in the ratings.
I want two good wrestling promotions to be constantly putting on good entertainment.
Absolutely.
It's happened before, it can't happen again, and we're all happier when we have, more good wrestling. So
it's like ice cream. We want more flavors, because it's like I like chocolate, but I also like vanilla.
Yeah, like pshaw to anybody who thinks it's like you got to be an AEW person or a WWE person. I'm a professional wrestling person. I love all professional wrestling. That is good, but I'm not gonna eat tapioca pudding and try to tell people that I like it. It tastes like dog crap, and that's what AEW is right now. It's tapioca pudding, and I'm needing some snack pack vanilla, man.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get it this weekend. All right, guys, that's been our episode. Like we said before, thank you so much for listening, and thank you for watching our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, go follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. All of our commentary episodes are on there. You can check everything out on our social media. Upcoming events, like I said before, June 1st, the Guardians Legacy Summer Heat at Rosenwald High School Gym in Panama City, Florida. Doors open at 6. Bell time is at 7. We can't wait to see y'all there. Hope you come see the event. But like we always like to say, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And as always, keep it 5 star.